I'm Jim Davis, and these are micro thoughts about the philosophy of voluntaryism. Context, content, and compassion. Does humanity delight in wanton destruction or silently celebrate apathy towards such because it is not wanting for anything as everything is plentiful? Well, I believe that may be so. Why worry about how horrendous the robber is when possessions are so easily replaced through insurance? Yet the ease of replacement is never the issue. It is the reason why they must be replaced. Why worry about the devaluing of the mighty fiat prize when it is so readily available through cheap credit and 24/7 printing? Yet the ease of acquisition of the sly confiscation of its value is never the issue. It is the reason it has value that needs to be replaced. Why worry about the emotions of others when they should be secure and strong enough to realize that words can never truly hurt them? Yet the ease of issuing insults is never the issue. It is the reason why the insults and shaming are employed at all. Understanding the context of why we do what we do is important. Bountiful lives filled with easily replaced individuals and things is not the problem. Why we replace them is. So, if we want to understand why the reason we must replace the things that are stolen from us is so important, why the reason the value of the currency and money that we need and use has to be constantly replenished or replaced, or why the reason insults and shaming are employed at all is the issue, we need to look at the core of the whole problem. Now, in my book, Morality Defined, I write about this, and in short, in the previous episode, I talk about the very end, the value we each place upon ourselves and wanting that respected. That right there is the crux of the matter. It's always going to be the issue. And you're going to probably hear this so often from me that it's going to get to become a broken record. But this is the simplest of how to break this down. You're not going to be able to get to a deeper conclusion than this here. It's just not going to happen. Because what is the purpose of refining our time, of refining our intellect, our labor, in order to create anything? Why do we create these things like sustenance, shelter, security, and happiness? Because we're maintaining and improving the quality of our lives. That's the whole purpose and point of all of this. That's why we do this. We recognize the value that we have placed on ourselves, and we want that respected. This is the crux of all morality. This is the crux of the non-aggression principle. This is why the non-aggression principle is all about understanding how and why we do not try to intervene into the lives of others. Why, at the very least, all we have to do is not inhibit or hinder the ability of others to peacefully and honestly maintain and improve the quality of their lives. It's why I discuss in Morality Defined that morality is three parts. First is your non-aggression principle. That's neutral morality. So long as you do something that does not interfere or harm others, then you're not doing, even if it's not promoting, you're not doing anything wrong. You're not doing anything positive. You're not doing anything negative. You're doing something that's neutral. Then if you want to promote humanity and human life, then that's positive morality. But if you want to destroy and take human life, that's negative morality. So that's, or immoral, I should say. So understanding this, why we have to replace something, we shouldn't have to replace things. Accidents happen, but theft is not an accident. Theft is a willful act to take from somebody else because of whatever reason. Even if it is to take a single apple to stave off starvation, principle of the matter is that, hey, look, somebody else had to refine their time, intellect, and labor in order to create that apple or to acquire that apple. So even if that person took 6 hours of his or her life to earn the money to afford that apple, or that person refined 30 seconds of his life to acquire that apple because he's the owner of a huge orchard, and acquired another 5,000 apples along with that one that was stolen doesn't change the principle of the matter. The issue at hand is to respect the principle by showing that the individual that you wish to take that apple from, that you respect his or her value, the value that they've placed on their lives. That's what voluntarism is at the very root of all of this. If we don't recognize that, then we fail. We are then inconsistent. We must recognize that. Principles must be upheld. They are not the weakness, they are the strength, because they show other individuals that when we are going to recognize their value, and when we recognize that value 100% of the time, that they know that they can trust us, and that trust turns into loyalty, and that loyalty becomes our reputation. Without it, we have nothing. This is what makes voluntarism a forward-looking philosophy which shows why everything is possible if only the ambition of humanity could keep up with its hope. Thank you. If you'd like to know more about this, or if you found this helpful, please like, share, and give it a thumbs up. I base all of my work on my books, Liberty Defined and Morality Defined. If you'd like to encourage more content like this, please visit my website, jimlimberdavis.com, to explore more of my works, download free copies of my books, and consider donating even just $1. Thank you so much for taking a peacefully proactive solution and raising humanity's pinnacles of success faster and more efficiently through peaceful comprehension and creation instead of hostile ridicule and destruction.